Hello, and welcome back to another game review. I tend to review games by streaming the game first, then logging it all on my YouTube. I have to use the footage from my streams to make my review videos, so keep in mind that this does not mean that this video's image quality is representative of the games I review. But it's the best I can do considering I do all my editing on a tablet. I have an unboxing, by the way, for the tablet I use if you're interested. But none of that is why you're here. So, let's talk about Omno. Not the sort of game I would typically play, but I saw it in Gamepass and thought, that looks fun and interesting. Turns out it was. Let's start now with the 4 points I usually go over in my reviews. Audio is a key point in games for me, and Omno has a pretty good soundtrack, since that's all there really is here other than a few sounds made by creatures in the environments, or footsteps from the little character. Music is what carries the flow and atmosphere of this title, and I quite like it, if I do say so myself. It gives the game a very calming atmosphere that compared to the shooters and M-rated RPGs I usually find myself playing. To give perspective, to those that don't know, all of my other reviews have been horror games. So all of this is a nice change of pace, and I like the score, soundtrack, and ambience of Omno very much. It's cute! Admittedly, this is what drew me to want to play Omno to begin with. I like the game's aesthetic and style. It's kind of like a cartoon, and sometimes the cel-shaded, the cartoonish kind of visuals will carry a game further through time and last longer than any attempt at a realistic game could. A game like Omno will look as good today as it will in years to come. However, in the visual department is where I have found my only flaw with the game so far. It seems like the game wants to stutter when I pan the camera around in certain places. I am playing on an Xbox Series X, I know, lucky me. So, I'm not sure what exactly caused this stuttering issue. I think maybe it could be because the game had some kind of inbuilt V-Sync option and my TV, well, it doesn't support anything like FreeSync or V-Sync, so maybe this is what caused the stuttering issues? I can't say for sure, but other than that, I really like the way this game looks. Well, this is where I can say that this is certainly not the type of game that I would usually play. That's what's fun about this. It was very relaxing. Well, it's a platformer, which I'm terrible at. But Omno never made me feel like I couldn't handle it. It also has some fairly simple puzzles. Nothing so far that it left me scratching my head, stuck wondering what to do, or leave me wondering why it is I couldn't figure this out sooner. A feeling I got a lot when I played through Portal and Portal 2 many years ago. Those sort of games. Yes, it's a refreshing change of pace to get out of my comfort zone, and this game seems easy enough to pick up and control that even a platforming novice like myself is able to easily make progress and finish the game. Again, it's peaceful, and I feel like it makes a nice way to take a breather for the day, or to take your mind off stress or anything else you might want to take your mind off of, without introducing anything bad back into it. Once again, I would hate to spoil any game for anybody, but I can say this. The game took me a bit over 3 hours to beat, so you could probably finish it in one afternoon if determined to do so. There's no voice acting or anything in this game, so all the plot there is given to you through little note blocks that you can find scattered around every level. I personally found reading these little notes fairly compelling, and more than that, you'll just have to see for yourself if you're interested. Remember, this is a game on Game Pass, so if you've got Game Pass, I would suggest it. It's definitely worth the 3-ish hours you'd put into it, just for the stress-relieving nature of the game alone. Of course, this is coming from a personal opinion, and from a guy who doesn't usually care for platformers, so take it all with a grain of salt, or test it out for yourself. My tagline for this game would be a nice peaceful escape, or maybe a good way to relax. It's almost like if a game could be meditation, this would be it. And now I'm your yoga instructor. Namaste. Or not. Anyway, yeah, if this looks like the kind of game you would want to check out, then again, I have to say it's worth checking out. Also, if you don't have Gamepass, just to inform those who want to know, its price is $18.99 in the Xbox store. The game was made by like one man and maybe some help with the music and such. Probably help from the community he had on Kickstarter, which is where the game came from as far as I can tell. I did very little research after beating the game, and I'm not really one to look at a game beyond what it is itself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to say thanks to those who watched this video. I hope you enjoyed and found it informative. Thanks to my patron, Swift Logic. If you want to help grow this channel, the link is in the description. Another great way to support the channel, non-monetarily, is to like, share, and subscribe. Did I really have to tell you that? Nah. So, any questions or comments, check out my description again for links to my socials or hit the comments section. And as always, remember to be safe and be good.